All right, hey, it's Space. Welcome to another YouTube video playing some video games today. Today, of course, we're playing some NBA 2K20, playing some MyTeam, and this is the Fireball. There was a time earlier this season when I looked at it and was like, well, what would it take to get it? It's definitely unique. Yeah, new to MyTeam this year. This was back around early March, and on my Xbox account, I'd collected a decent amount of tokens, had all the bronze, silver, and gold basketballs collected, as well as the ornament basketballs. They were easy to collect, finding them for either at or just above their quick sell value. So it was not a huge investment to get these. And these basketballs helped me with my collector level earlier in the season. Collector level, though, I shut down once I got to the baller level and collected all the free tokens along the way. FYI, playing the collector level game, it's not fun. Tying up MT into cards that you don't need. I would rather be using that MT to make more MT, something we show you how to do on our YouTube channel. So why didn't I go after the Fireball then? It was the agenda basketballs. Yeah, to get them, 2K had set some pretty unrealistic goals to get them throughout the season. One monthly goal, I remember, was either February or March. 2K wanted me to replay 60 games of domination. Yeah, Dom's something we always knock out right away during the first couple weeks of the MyTeam season. So to replay those games to get an agenda ball, yeah, no thank you. So then the Xbox account kind of got put on the shelf. Yeah, I started up a PlayStation account in early April. Why? Tired of hearing how it's so different sniping on PS4. Hearing it too from big YouTubers. Well, guess what? It's not different. In fact, it's easier on PlayStation. I wasn't abandoning the Xbox account, though. I did have a plan for it. I figured I'd possibly be locking in the Prime Series 3 set. Had the cards collected and was waiting for 2K to release the final set. Just didn't realize it would be early July before they released the final collection of cards. And I didn't realize how awful the mystery reward player would be, an Opal Karl Malone. So I passed on picking up Opal LeBron to finish the set, and then I called an audible. Yeah, 2K on Friday. Loving these consistent MyTeam weekend events. These are outstanding. And this past weekend's event got a free basketball pack with any game mode win, both online and offline. So I rocked through quickly some offline games and got myself a bunch of basketball packs to open, and was surprised to find that these packs were juiced with gold agenda balls. Remember, these agenda balls were extremely difficult to get earlier in the season. So then I looked at what would it take for me to get that Fireball with the agenda basketballs collected. Found that it would require some work, but it was not impossible. Because conveniently left out of these basketball packs were the collector level basketballs. And the only way you could get these is if you picked up the required amount of players from the player token reward market for each tier. So for Emerald, that required 30 players. Sapphire, Ruby, Amethyst, and Diamond required 20 players per tier. And then for the Pink Diamond Collector basketball, you needed to unlock 15 players total. Now I had the minimum amount of players unlocked to move me into the Opal tier. I did this back in March and had unlocked Zach LaVine, Josh Smith, and Tim Duncan. These cards, by the way, are just okay. Wish I would have saved my tokens instead, because now to go after this Fire basketball, I would need to unlock 20 Emerald players at a cost of 60 tokens, 8 Sapphire players at a cost of 48 tokens, 8 Ruby players at a cost of 120 tokens, 8 Amethysts for 240, 8 Diamonds for 480, and 7 Pink Diamonds for 1,050 tokens. So I'd need to commit to having to come up with 1,998 tokens to get this Fire basketball. Now I had 209 tokens to get started, so that brought me down to 1,789 tokens required, and I had a little over 1 million MT to work with. So how would I go about getting the tokens? Started by looking at solos. Now I was not looking to spend all day and night grinding to get them, but I did knock out the last 4 weekly challenges. Yeah, one game gets you 15 tokens, so that was a start. Current Series 1 and 2 sets reward 20 tokens per team. I had some of these left over, and prices on players were low on Friday with the new content drop. And I looked at heat check sets. While they gave 25 tokens per team, these cards are definitely marked up, and some are just tough to find. And when you do find them, they are definitely not worth the overpay. So I stayed away from these. I did, though, get the Spurs done for cheap, and by locking it in, I was able to cash in on a lifetime agenda reward that gives you a bonus 25 tokens for locking in either an Eastern or Western Conference heat check collection. But then I did something I preach to never do, and that's to lock in large amounts of MT into sets. But it's the end of the season, and like I said, this is my Xbox account, which I've been kind of neglecting, and I still had a decent team. So why not go after this new Fireball? I want to check out this shiny new toy. And what motivated me was these new welcome packs, that dropped today. Finding what were once rare diamonds and pink diamonds, cards that were needed for sets, something that we talked about this past weekend in a video. I was able to snipe these cards to finish some sets. Now, what sets did I snipe and lock in? Went after some spotlights. Locked in the Isaiah Thomas, Dwight Howard, Kareem, Kidd, and Lynn sets. Isaiah Thomas and Dwight sets each reward 50 tokens. Kareem, Kidd, and Lynn, each set is worth 75 tokens. And then I went big, went after some Flash sets. Yeah, 5 total. Locked in the Flash 2 set, which is 100 tokens. Flash 3, yeah, the All-Star set for 200 tokens. The Flash 4 set for 125. And then locked in the Flash 5 and 7 sets. Each of those was a 200 token reward. And then locked in the fan favorite set. That was also a 200 token reward. So by doing that and locking in a lot of MT, I was able to get it done. Committed to locking in the sets to scrape up the tokens needed. That allowed me to unlock this ridiculous amount of token reward players, which I know what some people are thinking. You're like, well, Space, we could still be getting a token reward player update. Possible, but if it happens, we'll be okay. And is it possible that we get GOAT cards in our player token market update? Possible as well, but not counting on it. And if we do, definitely prepared to make some big plays on our PS4 account. Yeah, that lineup looking solid. We now have our MT up to over 3.5 million. And now we've got a fire basketball to play with here on our Xbox account. Let's check it out. Run some games. Triple Threat Online. And game number 1, opponent with an extreme budget squad. A couple of Amethyst Players Club cards, Alonzo and Isaiah Roby, and an Opal Nate Archibald. Now we're running a Lob City Cheese lineup. Pink Diamond Lance Stevenson, Josh Smith, Dwight Howard, of course, for your entertainment. Let's go to the gameplay. And I think our opponent is just giving some pause here to check out the new fire basketball as well. Yeah, check it out. Looks slick. The ball all lit up, it's glowing, and the vapor trails are definitely a nice touch. Let's get into the action and chucking lobs early. Here, Josh Smith, the reverse finish for the first bucket of the game. Then Josh Smith here, the little hop step into the paint, picking up his dribble, but then calling for the basket cut from Pink Diamond Lance. And absolutely more Lob City Cheese. Your Lance picking off the Amethyst Lonzo pass and then pushing the break. Josh Smith out ahead of the defense and gets the quick transition bucket. And here Lance looking to set up another lob. I would finally get Josh Smith to make the basket cut. The lob, yeah, the 360 hammer. Josh Smith putting on a show. Dwight Howard here securing the defensive board. Outlet to Josh Smith, then setting up Lance Stevenson with the lob. And Lance never fails to put on a show. Here he gets the flashy reverse finish. Josh Smith here setting up Lance here from behind the three-point arc and getting a good look at the flaming vapor trail from deep range. She got it. Then how about one in the paint? Yeah, the teardrop. Yeah, giving this new basketball every possible look. And then here the fast break. Got numbers. The extra pass. Lance teeing it up for Opal Dwight, but the ball gets ejected. So we'll attempt to set it up again. Josh Smith here on the attack gets into the paint. Lance, the elevation, and then the jam. Then here setting up your game winner using the Dwight Howard screen would take it down the middle of the lane. The added flair from Lance with his left hand behind his head, the slam dunk, and that's ball game. So a solid first run with this new fireball. To the reward board. 4 drops, nothing special, 500 MT, 100 MT spot, and a chance at 3 tokens. Yeah, back on that token grind again. But let's continue with this triple threat run. Not only a chance to check out this new fire basketball, but a chance to close out on an undefeated triple threat run. Yeah, get a chance to check out some of these 5 drop reward boards. Game number 2, and our opponent has a couple of Opal reward cards. He's got Dan Issel and career highlights Devin Booker, and running a Pink Diamond Minute Bowl. Now, unfortunately, we are the away team, so not getting a chance to check out the fire basketball. So we'll rip through this game as quickly as possible. Josh Smith here going through Pink Diamond Minute on the dunk, and on defense, Lance blocking the Dan Issel 3-point attempt, and then the fast break would set up Opal Dwight with some Lob City Cheese. Then here on the break, Lance Stevenson, the quick pull-up from limitless range, and it's a green light. And then very quickly setting up your game winner, giving the honors to Pink Diamond Lance. Here from almost half court, yeah, the off-dribble green light 3-game winner of this ball game. Yeah, just the quick highlights. Let's go to the reward board. It's solid. Check it out. 5 drops and a 5,000 MT spot on the board. A token spot and 300 MT. Then the third and final game, and our opponent's got a GOAT edition Larry Bird. Opal next, Anthony Edwards, and an Opal Showtime Shaq. Now, unfortunately, we again are the away team, but let's see if we can go undefeated. Yeah, get to our 5 drop reward board. This guy and his team's abbreviation, you can bet we're going to absolutely smack this guy around. Here, Lance the fader from just inside the 3-point line, and he got it. And here's Josh Smith with the shot clock expiring. The off dribble green. Careless with the basketball, Dwight Howard, the pass deflection, tracks down the loose ball, then sets up Josh Smith with the lob. Yeah, and switching hands to in midair, like the flashy finish. And then this play, love it. Lance on the attack and holding nothing back. Just destroys Opal Larry Bird. Don't even care he missed on the dunk. Just lays Larry out. Yeah, skidding across the floor on his face. And yeah, would absolutely make quick work of our opponent. Lance here continuing on the attack. He's got half of the team's points. Josh Smith in transition. The quick green light 3. Then more Josh Josh Smith. And more green lights. This one from Limitless Range. Lance Stevenson getting in on the deep range fun. Here from the Triple Threat logo, and it's a green light. And then setting up your game winner, Lance Stevenson, another green light, and that's ball game. So an undefeated Triple Threat run. Let's take a look at our 5-drop reward board. Now, last board was solid with that 5,000 MT spot. This board, not quite as fire, but it does have a 500 MT spot, a token, and 100 MT. But the game was quick, and the rewards decent considering the amount of work that was required to get the dub. Now, that's all we've got for you today. Takeaways from today's vid: the fireball, cool. We broke down the actual cost of the ball, not cheap. But considering where we're at here closing out the season, definitely wanted to take advantage of the big weekend event, picking up those agenda balls, and no regrets picking it up. Looks outstanding in game, and locking in the MT to get it versus locking in the MT to pick up, say, an Opal Karl Malone. I feel the fireball was definitely a better investment. Also, Pink Diamond Lance Stevenson, give this card a look, continues to impress us as a quality budget pickup. Me right now working on the card's evolution goals. We'll see if I can get them done before 2K21 is released. Of course, I'll get them done. Now, social media, here's where you can find us on Twitter. Make sure you give us a follow. Likes on this video, greatly appreciate it. Your little way of saying Space and Pete, we love the effort. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Only playing my team, no money spent. Sharing all of our tips and tricks. For Party Pete, this is Space. We're out.